Alright guys, welcome back to MiahsBug. Today is a rare day where kids are at school, wife is at work, and I have about 4 hours to get some stuff done. But, as any good husband, I should knock out a couple things and take down these Christmas lights. Let's do that first. All right, Christmas lights are done. Time to head in the garage and build something. So I'm just gonna go over a couple of the differences between my lower A-arm and the MiahsBug lower A-arm. This is my foam mock-up that I went through, and at first I built it off of the MiahsBug style internal structure, and then I ended up changing some things after some more research. I ended up MiahsBug has this blue piece here. These blue ones are 1/4 inch. And what I ended up doing was changing it over to 3/16, but instead of running it here and then stopping, I ran it from pivot point all the way back, bent all the way back to pivot point. He also added 1/4 inch reinforcements in here next to this 1.5 inch square tube. Mine actually runs all the way across like this, not like this mock-up. But I decided not to do that because I am using 3/16 thick here. I also opted to add extra reinforcements here, and then this green line here. This would be the area for the bump stop, so there's extra reinforcements here. This tube runs all the way across into this one. And then also right here is where the shock would mount right here. So it's got plenty of reinforcement there. One other change that, one thing that Mike from MiahsBug didn't really like was that his droop was limited by this tube here. At full droop, the spindle would actually pivot back and limited his droop, so he couldn't make his turns. So what I did over on this one is I trimmed back a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch down, and then added this plate in here. So that way at full droop, I can still be able to turn the spindle and get the full droop that I want. Okay, so the rest of the construction is essentially the same as the MiahsBug lower arm. This is still a 1/8 inch top plate, 1/8 inch lower plate. The side walls are 1/8 inch to box it out. Internal is 1/8 inch. All these gussets, internal gussets, are 1/8 inch. And then this side reinforcement is also 1/8 inch. But the MiahsBug actually ran just in the zone of the bump stop. Mine, I am running all the way from this bend all the way back to just past this corner here to kind of reinforce this joint here. So I have 3/16 on this side. Essentially a 1/4 inch thick here on this side. So another thing that was brought up by some of you guys online, specifically Joel Garside, he was looking at this lower arm and he said, hey, look right here, it looks like you're gonna have some weak points here. I agreed, especially since this is now 3/16 instead of 1/4 compared to the MiahsBug design. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece here or something similar to this, and I'm gonna wrap it around and add reinforcement. I'm not sure if I want to do a butt joint like that, or if I want to wrap it over and then put a weld around here, kind of like back here where I wrapped it around for reinforcement. But we'll see. I'm gonna make the decision right now and kind of decide if I'm gonna do both sides of this or if I'm only gonna do the forward side. I want this thing to still be able to cinch up on the uniball. Right now there's a little bit of slack in here. I want this one side to be flexible so that way whenever I cinch down the bolt, it'll actually cinch down on these misalignment spacers. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna get to work now and see what I can get done today with the 3 hours I have left after taking down the Christmas lights. All right, so I decided to run with this one. So I'll be wrapping this around and running a weld all the way around this end here and then around the tab there. I'll have a little bit of a gap to fill there. Shouldn't be a problem though. The other thing is I don't have a bender for flat bar. So all of the bends that I've made on these arms so far have been using this. And this is a piece I made when I first started. So I'll put the bar in and I basically use all the muscle I have and bend the bar over the end of the tube. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different on this one because I want to get a really nice bend, 1 3/4 inch bend. So I'm gonna try tacking it on top of this 1.5 inch tube and bending it around that tube. So let's see how it works. All right, so I threw a couple tacks on here just with the MIG welder so I can easily knock them off after I'm done here, but I don't know, let's see how it works. All right, well, I think I'm ready to weld. Gonna fire up the old Vevor TIG 210 and get to work. Okay, so moving on. Got the root pass all done, and I got it ground up, cleaned up, and we'll be ready to start doing the final pass here. I was actually really excited because I was able to get welds inside here, which is really cool with the TIG. Not that great with the TIG yet, but I've been working on it. I really don't like the way it looks. It looks very asymmetrical, but it's functional, and I think once it's on the car, you won't be able to see it much. You can't see both sides at the same time, so you can see, you'll be able to see this side, but then not the other side, so not a big deal. Start taking. All right, well, the final pass is all done. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. It was a little hot, but came out good. Welds will hold. We'll figure out if I decide to add one to this side or not, but I definitely think I'm going to be doing the same thing, at least on the forward side, for the upper arm. So I'll be doing that one too. All right, until next time, catch you later.